Hey, good morning. It's Mr. Clark here to talk to you about how to put your alto saxophone together. So let's start with the most basic parts. So we're going to start with the neck. And the neck is very delicate. It has something called a register key, or I'll call it an octave key. And you have to make sure that you don't play with it too much or grab it and bend it. This part goes on the saxophone. This part, which has cork, generally speaking, you're going to want to use some cork grease. So you open that up, put it out just a little bit, take your cork, and you're going to want to run it lightly up and down the cork. Just enough to cover it. Now that's the only place you will use cork grease on your instrument, just like that. The next thing that we're going to talk about is the saxophone mouthpiece. And the mouthpiece has a hole in the back where the reed is going to go over, and a removable metal piece. And this is called a ligature. And when you put it on, there is a skinny side and a wider side, and the wider side goes down. It should go on easily. If you put it on backwards, it looks like one of those cones you might get for a dog, and it doesn't go on. Never force it. It can go on right. So what I would like you to do is to set that aside for a moment and take your mouthpiece. Hold on to your neck without really gripping the metal. Put your mouthpiece on. Okay. See how much I've left there? About as much as my finger. And notice that the hole is facing the bottom side. Now, once I've done that, I'm going to take a reed. Now you notice the saxophone reed has two sides to it. It has a side that still has the outer wood on it, a little half circle cut. The other side may have the name of the company on it, and it's completely flat. You can see it's a used reed because you can see where there's some darkening on it. So that reed needs to be wetted up. They don't taste very good. Then I'm going to take this reed, flat side against the mouthpiece. Now the bottom side of the mouthpiece is cut so that it'll rest right against it. And I want it to fit straight, and I don't want it to look like this with all that reed over the top of the mouthpiece. You want it to be about level with it, and when you turn it around, looks pretty good. Now, carefully slipping the ligature over the reed, and the screws end up like that. And notice the top is below the cut, and on the other side the ligature comes down far enough that it's below the cut in the mouthpiece. So then I'm going to tighten the screws up, and you tighten away from yourself, and only till they stop. Not real tight, just till they stop. Now once you've done that, then we're going to go ahead and try to make a sound. So if you remember, when you use a reed instrument, you're going to make a sound. Your bottom lip, so over your teeth, your top teeth, are going to rest on this part of the mouthpiece. And unfortunately, you see where mine is a little bit of a cut there. So take it, right in, it's on top, close around it, and I don't bite, I just blow. Notice my cheeks aren't like this. You hear the ugly sound? Now make sure that I can feel that on my teeth. Okay, so then I'm going to get the body of the saxophone. The body of the saxophone has on top here, it has a metal piece sticking out. Now when I go to put this on, I carefully slide it in here so that this metal loop goes over top of that. There's a neck screw, so it should be loose. I twist it just a little bit till it goes down. Now, this metal ribbing on the back should line up with that post. Then, I lock it into place by tightening that down. Okay? Then, you take your neck strap and you put it around your neck. Make it comfortable. And there is a latch that will fit in a ring on the back of the saxophone. Now, at the moment, this is useless because it hangs down so low it doesn't come to my mouth. So, I reach down and I tighten it so that when I tip up the saxophone, straight in my mouth. Okay, so it goes straight in my mouth, so I need to turn my mouthpiece a little bit. And then you will notice that the saxophone is slightly over to my side. Okay, my right thumb fits underneath this little metal bar. Now please notice I do not slam it all the way over. Can't reach the keys. Just put that as my thumb. Doesn't feel particularly good. It's the way it is. My other thumb goes on the little black dot. So then I'm going to just try and make a sound without really pushing any of the keys. Set it over to my right side. Sit on the edge of the right chair. Same thing I did. Tip it forward. Now if you get this sound, I have too much saxophone reed in the mouth. Put a little less in. Make sure my teeth are touching the top. I get a pretty good sound. Now if you look down here, with my left hand, there is a top key. Don't play that one. Then there are 3 keys with this little one in the middle. Put my first finger here. That's all I'm doing. And my thumb touches nothing except for the black dot. Other hand just kind of hangs out, doesn't touch anything. This is a B. If I add my finger here, skipping the real tiny one, notice that? The little tiny one, don't touch it. It's an A. Finally, one finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers. Bottom hand wasn't used at all, and I made a successful sound. At the end of the practice, when I go to put my instrument away, I am going to go ahead, first of all, and loosen the screw by turning it towards myself and lifting the neck off. Set the neck on a level surface. Hold on to my saxophone. Take off the neck strap. I'm going to set it back in my case. Then I'm going to take off the reed by lifting up the ligature, setting it aside, slipping off the reed. Comes with a reed holder, normally. Might look like this. Carefully slip the reed back in. Put that in my case. Grab a hold of the mouthpiece. Gently pull it off. And put them away. Hey, thanks for listening. Hopefully this was helpful. And we'll see you in future videos. Have a great day.